LakePoint Kids Online Family Experience. I'm Ms. Rachel and I'm so glad you're here with me today. I was just reading a book about our bodies. I mean, God made our bodies so amazing, so interesting, so fascinating. So today, I want to do something a little bit different. I want you to use your body to move around and dance to a song that talks about how every move we make and every breath we take is because of God. And every move we make and every breath we take can be for God. What does that mean, being for God? We'll discuss that later on in the show. But for now, stand up and break out those dance moves. You know, another neat thing about our bodies is we can do things to improve them, make them better and stronger. If I want to grow my muscles, I can lift weights. If I want to stretch my mind, I could do a Sudoku puzzle. If I want to become more coordinated, I could try juggling. We can choose to grow in countless ways by making a plan and practicing. And there's a word we use to describe that. Commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice. I'll count to 3 and we'll say it together. 1, 2, 3. Commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice. There's tons of things that we can practice, but there's one thing in particular we should always be working on. Take a look at a verse of the month. Training the body has some value, but being godly has value in every way. It promises help for the life you are now living and the life to come. 1 Timothy 4 verse 8, nerve. You can train your body, you can train your mind, and you can train your faith. That's what we've been talking about all month long. We've talked about practice hearing from God, practice praying to God, practice talking about God, and right now we're gonna practice saying our verse. All right, if you're at home today, try saying the verse while doing 3 different types of exercises. If you're at LakePoint Kids on site with us, then turn your attention to the stage. So commitment, what is that again? Well, commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice. And our bottom line, or our focus point of today is practice living for God. Let's say it together, 1, 2, 3. Practice living for God. All right, I said we'd learn more about that, and now is the time. Check it out.
Hey, I'm Carter. And I'm Zeke. And we're talking about commitment, which is making a plan and putting it into practice.
Woo! Yeah! Good workouts. Oh.
Hey, how many miles did we run?
1.
Really? And how many sit-ups did we do?
Like 12?
Oh, that's a new record.
My man. Woo! Whew. Okay, come on, man. 1 more mile and then we can take a break.
Dude, we're exhausted.
We can't stop now. Commitment, right? Plus, I want to be strong and look like Captain America.
Zeke, you never need to try looking like anyone but you.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Besides, when it comes to getting fit, resting is just as important as working out.
I don't know, that sounds kind of lazy.
Hey, resting is what allows us to do our best. It gives our body a chance to heal and recover. I mean, pushing yourself too hard during a workout can cause serious injury.
Okay, but I still need some energy. Oh, hey, you got any energy drinks?
Nah. Plus, most of the ones from the store are terrible for you.
You say that like there's another kind.
Well, yeah, we can make our own.
Really? Well, I'm in. Let's make it.
Today, we're making a healthy energy drink substitute that I like to call a summer splash.
Okay, but what makes it different from the kind you get at the store?
Most of those energy drinks are filled with sugar, caffeine, and artificial flavors. We're gonna make something packed with vitamins and electrolytes instead.
Electro what?
You know how tired you are after you work out?
You mean like right now?
Yeah, that's partly because of dehydration.
Oh, I know about that. Dehydration is when your body loses more fluids than it takes in.
Exactly. When we exercise, we sweat a lot. Sweat is made up of water and salt. Your body sweats to cool you off when you get too hot. So, when you sweat a lot, your body loses fluids, causing you to become dehydrated.
So basically, your insides dry up, like how a grape turns into a raisin.
Spot on.
But can't you just fix dehydration by drinking water?
Sure, but electrolytes can help. Electrolytes are minerals and salts that help your body absorb fluids, like water, better and faster.
Cool. So, how does this summer splash work?
Care to read the recipe?
Ah, of course. Let's see. For today's tasty experiment, you'll need 4 cups unsweetened coconut water, 1 1/3 cups of water, 2/3 of a cup of lime juice, 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt, and 3 teaspoons of raw honey.
Coconut water is amazing. It's filled with electrolytes and has 5 times more potassium than most sports drinks.
Okay, mix up all your ingredients until the salt dissolves. And enjoy. Simple, easy, and hopefully tasty.
Nice summer splash.
Thank you. Whew. Ready for the taste test?
Oh yeah. Cheers.
Oh, that is super refreshing. Whew. I can already feel my energy returning.
Told you. You gotta take care of yourself before you can give it your all.
Speaking of giving your all, it's time for
The story before the story.
Today, we're in the book of Mark, one of the 4 gospels that tell the story of Jesus. Mark was a close friend of Peter and likely recorded Peter's stories of following Jesus for the new believers then and for us today.
For 3 years, Jesus traveled all across Israel and Judah with his disciples. He gave himself completely to helping people and teaching them about God's kingdom.
During his travels, Jesus healed the sick, performed miracles, and gave epic sermons to huge crowds.
In everything he did, Jesus lived fully for God and taught others to do the same.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian. Today's story is about a woman who truly gave everything that she had for God. One day, Jesus was teaching in the temple courtyard as some religious leaders watched. Now, these men wanted to get rid of Jesus because he challenged the way they had always done things. They often looked for ways to trick or trap him. Jesus knew what they were thinking.
Watch out for the teachers of the law. They love to have the most important seats. They take over the houses of widows. They say long prayers to show off.
A short time later, Jesus went and sat down across from the place at the temple where people came to present their offerings to God. As Jesus watched, some rich men dropped large amounts of money into the offering boxes. The disciples probably noticed too.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, they must really love God.
And striking poses, apparently.
Just then, a poor widow came up and put 2 very small copper coins into the offering box. They were only worth a couple pennies. Jesus called his friends to come to him. Doesn't sound like much, huh? But you have to understand, at that time, most women couldn't work at a job outside the home. They had to depend on their husbands. So a widow, a woman whose husband had died, often had very little money or anything else. Jesus knew all about the widow at the temple.
That poor widow has put more into the offering box than all the others. They all gave a lot because they're rich. She gave even though she is poor. She put in everything she had. That was all she had to live on.
Wow. That makes 2 little coins.
Seem like $1 million. Jesus looked beyond outside appearances. He knew that it was easy for the rich man to give lots of money, they'd never miss it. But the poor widow gave up everything that she had to honor God. And we still remember and tell her story today. The end.
Even though this widow gave the least amount of money, she actually gave the most. Giving isn't always about what or how much you give, but about the heart behind it. The widow gave everything she had to God. Even though it wasn't much, she didn't hold anything back. We can do the same. That can be giving money, but often it can include other things we have, like our time, our attitude, or our attention, or our gifts and our talents. So, like if your mom asks you to clean your room, you could actually hang up your clothes instead of throwing them into the closet. Or if you're hanging out with a friend, you could share your favorite toys and games instead of just the ones you don't care about. Or if you're maybe at church, instead of just sitting during worship, you could stand up and participate and clap along. Or, when you see someone at school having a rough day, you could, in your mind, say a little prayer for them. If you keep your eyes open, you can find ways to live fully for God in everything you do, whether at home or at school or anywhere, whether you're with other people or you're by yourself. With the right attitude and focus, we can choose to live for God in all sorts of ways. All right, it's time to bring it home now with our small group time, so long as your parent listened to today's instructions. First, have you ever thought how you could live for God in your day-to-day life? Now knowing that you can, how can you live for God? All right, press pause, enjoy a discussion, and then come back for the second set of instructions. Next, look back at the focus of our earlier weeks. Practice hearing from God, practice praying to God, practice talking about God, and now practice living for God. Have you experienced any growth in your life as you've practiced these things lately? And what can you do to keep remembering to practice these things? All right, parents, now's the time to either scan the QR code on the screen or head over to the LakePoint app to fill out our online connection card. Signing our guest book lets us know who's watching and helps us stay connected to you. It also allows you to sign up for our latest LakePoint initiatives and opportunities. So kids, while your parents are busy doing that, why don't you pull out some of those cool dance moves from earlier and dance again? Just a reminder that you can go back and watch your favorite LakePoint Kids online family experiences on our YouTube channel or on our LakePoint app in the Family Resources section. Thanks for tuning in today, friends. I'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. Remember, practice living for God.